Salut, Pascal Moscato here. Welcome into this first video of the Getting Ready series, a series to make yourself more efficient by setting the bases the right way. So in today's video, I want to show you how to create a custom keyboard mapping file. And to do so, I'm going to show you how to create or duplicate an already existing keyboard mapping file. I'm going to show you how to set MotionBuilder to use that file. I'm going to show you how those files work so that you can edit them easily. I have a few tips for you to make sure there is no mistake in the file, which will happen eventually. And at the end, I want to show you how I did my own workflow, my own keyboard mapping, to give you some example of how efficient we can be. So let's jump into it. The first thing we want to do is open Windows Explorer. And we're gonna go into Program File, Autodesk, MotionBuilder, Bin, Config, and Keyboard. Here you'll see there's a few files. Those are all pre-made keyboard setup, and it's configured to emulate what 3ds Max does, Maya does, and etc. I'm gonna be using a MotionBuilder, so I'm gonna copy this file, then go into My Document, MotionBuilder 2015 config keyboard, and I'm gonna paste this file right here. The first thing I want to do is rename that file. I'm gonna write Pascal, doesn't matter. The important thing is to rename this name right here. So this one's gonna be custom keyboard. All right. And I'm gonna hit save. The next step is to set MotionBuilder to use that file. To do so, go into Setting, Interaction Mode, and here you'll see that your newly created file will be right there. Custom keyboard, and hit OK. Now we're going back into the file, and here I want to show you just quickly all of the action that MotionBuilder can perform. You also have the interaction and the modifier. For example, undo is an action, copy, paste is an action, but also play forward, play backward, frame, add key, set layout, character full body, cycle, manipulator local global, the action script, and there's so many. So the first thing that I encourage people to do is to go through that file, read all of the action. You'll be surprised at how many there is and how many you might want to use. So how to set up the shortcut. I'm gonna show you the way it's built. So the first thing is a bracket, and then you got right here is a hold button. Okay, so it can be Control, it can be none, Shift. You have Alt. You also have Control Shift. You also have Alt Shift. Any. So I think there's 7 of them. So that's the first thing you have to type into the bracket. Then 2 dots. Any keyboard button you want. It could be G, it could be Enter. So as you see here, a very important thing to notice is Enter is only, all the button is 4-letter maximum. So in this example, down is fine, up, right, you see right, there's no I, etc. So that's very important to know. If you have any doubt, open a hold file, open the file that we just saw into the program file folder to see how it's built. And then you got an asterisk, and you got DN or UP, down or up. That means on the button press, and up mean on the button release, and closing the bracket. So this is how you build a shortcut. And if you want to add multiple shortcuts for the same action, as you can see right here, you have to add this little bar right here. So you do that, and then you can create a new one. Just like that. So now I want to give you some advice on things that might happen. The first thing is you might start to create your own shortcut. And for example, if I make this and hit save, just a quick note, I've done the same shortcut as undo. Okay, when I hit save, I go back into MotionBuilder. I want to reload my keyboard mapping, so I'm gonna just go into setting interaction mode and hit OK. Here you'll see, okay, that the first thing is I've made a big mistake. I have not removed this first thing. So you see this, the whole file is messed up. I'm gonna change that, hit save, go back into MotionBuilder, reload it. And now I have another error, and it says duplicate action key for action, and I've got the action name right here. So copy previous TR. And that's very useful because now you can go straight to this action to notice, yes, it's a duplicate. So I'm gonna remove this, and I'm gonna try with Control O. Go back in MotionBuilder, setting, interaction mode, OK. And I have another duplicate. So this is very common. So what I like to do instead is copy my shortcut, go at the top of the file, exit, search, and try to search for a shortcut that you might want to use. So let's say I want Control O. Well, Control O is used for open. Obviously, so I cannot use this one. And I don't want to change it because that could be the other option is to say, okay, Control P is gonna open file, but I don't want to change that. I want to leave it by default. I'm gonna try Control L and go back to the top, hit next. Impossible to find it. Okay, so that means it's free. I'm gonna use this Control L. So now there's no more. If I hit save, go back into setting, interaction mode, hit OK. No mistake, no pop-up. This is perfect. Another thing that might happen is as you type those shortcuts, for example, E, up, and hit save. You notice I forgot to put the last bracket. It's gonna make an error, but again, it's gonna show you exactly where to look for. This is not gonna be a big problem. Just gonna add the bracket. You can have a big problem if you type, for example, this. If I do that, go back into MotionBuilder and hit OK, MotionBuilder is gonna crash. And that's very bad. I don't know if they have fixed that in further version of MotionBuilder, but in 2015, this is what happened. Now I'm gonna remove it. Ooh, too late. You see, and now MotionBuilder won't open because it's reloading this specific file, and I didn't save in time. Okay, so watch out for those mistakes, as it will happen eventually, for sure. So now I want to go through this file to show you quickly what I do for my own workflow. So it's gonna give you some examples, and you will be able to see some little tips that can make you more efficient. So the first thing I like to do is to the action go to start. I'm gonna make this on Control space down and play forward Control space up. So that is gonna allow me to do this. Every time I press the shortcut, when I press down, go at the beginning, and when I release it, it plays. So if I have an animation, I want to see this part over and over again. Super easy to do it. I will also change this to Alt F, hit save, reload, Alt F, so that I can search for an object in the scene. If I want to find this cube right here, Alt F, cube, okay, I got it, I can use it. This I want to change that, the layout to Alt, yeah, 4 and 5, alright. I don't have an example for this right now, but it's gonna change this layout. For example, you can have the scripting layout, you can have the preview layout, and you can create your own. We're gonna see that in another video. And the shortcut I've just changed will allow me to navigate for the two other that I'll be creating. One is for Python editing, and the other one is for animation editing. Okay, next I want to add here Alt Q down. This is to cycle through the full body part and selection. You see, when I hit Alt Q, it's switching. And finally, I want to change this to Alt 1 and Alt 2 right here for manipulator. And that is for having global and local rotation. Sometimes it's easier. Again, I'm not lifting my hand, it's always stuck at the left side of my keyboard. Normally I would also modify the action script, but we're gonna see that in another video. So that pretty much sums up what I wanted to show you today. Hopefully it's gonna help you. Let me know if you have any question, and I'm gonna see you in another video. À la prochaine!